Hello, friends. I only have a couple minutes. I'm just leaving Walmart. I got a little man in the car. It's about nap time. And I have to run home. Adam's waiting for me to do a workout. But I wanted to come in when it was just me because yesterday we started a live video and the sun, we were in the pool and my phone was getting beaten down by the sun and it shut itself down because of temperature. But it kind of worked in our favor because we had a chance to sit and talk about it and reflect, and like we really weren't prepared for that video and it just didn't come out the way that either of us wanted. And Adam's like, you know what, this is probably one that I don't need to be involved in. This is probably one for just you and the girls or the guys that want to watch. And I totally agreed. So real quick, I'm going to tell you the background. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing moving forward if you guys want to hop on and do it with me, because I'm challenging myself. I'm at a point where I just don't feel great. I quit. Here's the big, really quick background story, and I can get into this in other videos, but I quit caffeine cold turkey in February. What happened was, you guys saw the video, I have vlogs about it and I have a podcast about it, when we went to DC at the end of February. By the way, side note, I have mixed reviews about the Gritability podcast being posted on this channel as well as on the Gritability channel. The reason it's posted here as well is because of you guys, because I had some people ask, like, I don't want to have to go to 2 different places. I don't get notifications as it begins with. So I'm just putting those episodes here for your convenience. If you're not a fan, don't watch. If you think they're too long, a suggestion, something that I do when I listen to podcasts. Number one, I do it when I go on my walks to make sure I got my walks in. Like, I listen to people who I'm really interested in. And then number two, I listen to them on 1.5 or double speed, depending on how fast the person talks. So if you think it's too long, but you really want to listen, there's a tidbit. And if you don't want to listen, that is so okay with me. Just look past those. I just want to make everything the most convenient for you guys, because you requested it. Okay, I listen when I'm exercising. I love that. That's exactly what I do to make sure I get it in, because there are some people, like, I salivate for the next episode. I'm just such a fan. I get so much out of what they say, so I save them. Like, I'll see an episode come out on Friday, and sometimes, like, I'm so busy with work meetings and Christian, I can't get out until Tuesday, and I'll save that episode, and I'm like, waiting. So I love that idea. Okay, anyway, so back to February, I got the flu. I didn't know I had the flu, but the day we were flying back home from, oh my God, you clean when you listen, Lisa, genius. I do that sometimes too. Sorry, this is live for anybody that's going to watch on the replay. That's why it's all over the place. I will do a more constructed, I could do an edited, pre-filmed video with all of this if you guys want as well, because it's going to be a few parts. But anyway, I woke up the day we were flying back from DC and I told Adam, I'm like, something's not right. I don't feel well. So the night before, when we were going to bed, I was like, oh my God, my asthma's being bothered, because when you walked through the lobby of the hotel we were staying in, they had construction going on, so there was a lot of sawdust, and it got to the point where I had to cover my nose and my mouth with my shirt or whatever I was wearing, because walking in and out of that lobby was just awful to breathe in. So I'm like, between that and like we haven't been in humidity in so long, that it's just really bothering my asthma, and I could feel it like in my chest, and I almost had like a scratchiness to my voice. I said, when I get back, I'll be fine. But I woke up that Friday, the day after that started, and I felt like I got hit by a truck. So I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's my asthma, maybe I'm coming down with something. Either way, like, we have to get home. Walking from the hotel to the train station, I had the worst feeling in my ear and my throat and my lungs. Like, I can handle a lot of pain, you guys. And I'm not saying that to be tough or anything like that, because I don't like pain. I can just handle it. But it was to the point where I was like, I need breaks. Like, I didn't know how I was going to breathe. It hurt so bad. And I was taking, I had Adam get me, I don't know, some sort of medicine, and I thought maybe that was like drying me out. I don't know, but the plane, like, as the day progressed, I felt worse. The next morning, I did not get out of bed. Adam had CJ the whole day. I slept the whole day. I only got out of the bed once to brush my teeth, because the night that we flew in, we got in late at night, and I like literally changed my clothes, had the chills, fell into the bed, and I didn't brush my teeth. But the next day I felt disgusting. So brushed my teeth and then changed my clothes because they were soaking wet from sweat. Following day, I went to urgent care. I had the flu. So now we're at day 3, and I had not had any coffee, and I'm severely at that point addicted to coffee. So I'm like, well, I'm kind of white knuckling it cold turkey. I had this god awful headache to begin with. I might as well just keep going. For reasons that I will list in another video, I had been wanting to cut back and potentially quit my caffeine for a really, really long time. I was having way too much, and hormonal reasons and other reasons through like studies that I had found. If you guys are interested, put it in the comments and I'll do a whole video on that. Not saying I'm trying to put this on you. I'm just saying this was my reason. Well, I didn't realize that because I had been addicted to caffeine for over 20 years, you guys. Oh my God, I love this. Thank you. Okay, I'll read that. Thank you so much for that comment. But because of I'd been addicted to caffeine for over 20 years, my hormones went nuts. At this point, I was still breastfeeding. Side note, my doctor was okay with my coffee intake since the day I got pregnant. We talked about it. My high-risk doctor, they were okay with it. It did not affect my baby. Do please your own research, talk to your own doctors, but mine, both of mine, my OB, GYN, and also my high-risk OB were okay with it. Okay, and my midwife, who was at the OB's practice, but she was a separate person as well. So I quit breastfeeding. You know, we ended our journey 2 weeks ago. That had its own effect on its hormones. And then I also think that I'm going to be 45 in July. I am probably, I don't know if that pushed me into perimenopause or if it just naturally was starting, or if just like I screwed my hormones up so bad doing all of that at the same time. But the next time I got my period, it was for like 2 days. Now, by the way, sorry guys if you're listening, but this has to be said about hormones, and we're going to talk about female hormones for a second. Sorry. Whoops, I made that way up close and personal. So I'm sorry if the guys are listening to this and you're weirded out by it. Adam doesn't get weirded out by this stuff. He's fascinated. But if you are, just hop on the next one. Hop off of this one. For my girls and my ladies and my guys that can handle this. My hormones went nuts. So I got my period the day after, when I had the flu, the day after I got back from DC. Now, when I was supposed to get it, the following month, normally, I got it for maybe 2 days, and it was barely spotting, barely needed a tampon. I just thought maybe, you know, that's me, my body, I'm an athlete, it happens. 2 weeks later, I got the heaviest period of my life. What they say you're supposed to get, like after you have a baby, when it all, you know, that all comes out, I didn't really get that. I bled, yes, for 4 weeks, but not like they say, not like, you know, like the Red Sea is parting, sorry. But I got that this time. Then I did not get my period for another 60 days. And I thought I was pregnant, took tests. I'm like, I don't understand. I honestly think my hormones were just whacked out. In the meantime, I gained 10 pounds, all in my belly, and like my legs and my ankles have been swollen, like 3rd trimester pregnancy, but it's just my body's freaking out. So I said to Adam, I'm like, it's come to the point where I need to take control. Like, I don't want to bitch and complain about it anymore. I need to do something, because caffeine, number 1, is a diuretic. And number 2, it's an appetite suppressant. Number 3, it is, what's the other thing? There's something else. Diuretic, appetite suppressant. I don't know, but I was hungry. My body was looking for natural energy, and that's what I gave it. And I ate when I wanted to eat, as much as I wanted to eat. And I was not, oh, I know the third thing, we'll get there. I didn't care. Well, on top of it, you burn an extra, they say, 500 calories a day when you're breastfeeding. So all of that was kind of evened out by breastfeeding, but I quit that cold turkey as well. Do not recommend, not fun at all. But, you know, why? I don't know why. Honestly, I'm not saying to do this. I'm saying this is what I did, like a moron. So, I did try to pump, in my own defense, this much. I did try to, come here, baby. I did try to pump. You want to say hot? You want water? Sorry, I have him in the car. I'm by myself. This is like a for the girls, girlfriend to girlfriend video that you guys requested. So, sorry, I got little man in the back. But I did try to pump once, just to try to relieve myself a little bit from the engorgement. And I can't, you guys know this from my old videos, I can't get anything out, barely anything out when I pump. Literally 2 drops came out, but I was engorged. It's not my pumps. I've tried different ones. Anyway, so all of that, the 500 calories a day that I'm eating, that's done because I'm done breastfeeding. Okay. So I've gotten to the point where I don't feel good in my own skin. My hormones are very out of whack. Since Adam came home, I've allowed things that I didn't allow when I was living in New Jersey to creep back in, toxins back into my life that I know better, in my food, in my fragrances, in my cosmetics, in my home in general. I kind of threw all caution to the wind. You okay? You drank too much? Real life. real time, live video. So I'm going to tighten that all back up. I also wasn't walking as much because it took a while for the winter to break this year here in Las Vegas. So my activity went down. My calorie, my base calorie level, I can't remember what that's called, that went down as well, because I'm trying to put this in front of the AC so it doesn't overheat again, because I felt it kind of get funky. But that went down, right? So my resting calories that I'm burning at resting, now I need less calories because I'm not creating milk, but I'm still eating the same amount of calories. So I'm gaining weight rapidly, and then I'm hungry because I don't have the caffeine, which is fine. I needed that. I'm better. I feel healed, but I also feel like my hormones, my moods are still out of whack. So I'm telling you guys all of this background to say that basal metabolic rate. Thank you, Laura. Wow. Also, a lot of brain fog recently. I don't know if it's because of the toxins or what it is, but like can't think of words. Probably the lack of caffeine as well. But now, side note, I quit caffeine and coffee then. I'm still off of coffee, but I do have a little bit of caffeine. We'll get there. I'm telling you guys all of this to say I'm on a journey to heal my hormones, to drop back to where my body feels comfortable. I did get a comment on the video yesterday, and like a few people said this, and then there was like people liking it that I want to address. And it said, the fact that this is all about appearance is really sad. Now, in the video, Adam went into kind of like a tangent about how look good, feel good, do good. When he feels like he looks good, he feels like he does good. Okay. Well, I agree with that, and I hear what you're saying, but please hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this is majority about feeling good, healing my hormones. Now we're all entitled to our own different opinions. You can agree with this, you could disagree with this. I do want to have one more baby. I want to have another baby selflessly because I am an older parent and Adam's an older dad. I don't want to ever leave CJ, this is kind of morbid, but on his own without anybody. Whether that happens or not, I don't have control over, like that. I don't know, because again, perimenopause might be setting in, hormones are out of whack, but I do want to try. I have a very short window, a very, very short window. And that's why I'm trying to heal myself and my hormones, and potentially, within the next couple months, potentially try to give CJ a sibling. Now, as far as going back to the appearance, thank you, Laura. You're like my brain today. You're keeping me on track. That is the majority, but it would be inauthentic if I didn't say that some of it was to disagree on that one. For me, my values, if I feel like if I go out looking disheveled, if I go out looking like I didn't try, then I personally don't feel like I could put my best foot forward because I feel shy. I feel like I'm being judged. Whether that be true or not, that's not the case here, okay? Whether that be true or not, whether it's in my head, and that's my feelings, and I have to acknowledge my feelings because for me personally, in my opinion, I'm entitled to my opinion. I don't know if that just stopped the video. I will be back if it did.